Hey everyone, welcome back to Yellow Jacket Garage. What I got going on today is I've got basically the shop truck, the daily, what we use for most stuff. It's an 08 GMC Sierra. I'm sure you've seen it before on here. I think I've done a couple, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're working on today. It's got a 6-liter gas engine, and I'm going to change out spark plugs and wires. The truck's got 184,000 miles on it now. The only thing that's been done to it is it had the heads redone once because it had an exhaust stud break off, or an exhaust manifold stud break off in the head, and so they went ahead and pulled the one head to pull that out, and I had them just pull both heads and redo those. But other than that, it's been a flawless truck, and so I can feel a little bit of a stumbly in the idle in the morning, and it doesn't like to run as well as I think it should, and so it's about 100,000 miles on the set of spark plugs that are in it, because when the heads were done was about 75 to 80,000 miles, and so we're about 100,000 miles beyond that. So we're going to replace them with these. They are a Cable Master high performance ignition wire. I got them off of Amazon, and they weren't terribly expensive. The nice part about the LS type engines is the spark plug wires are all the same length. And so you don't have to, the days of old with a distributor type ignition where you'd have to remember the firing orders and which one went where and all that good stuff, you don't do that anymore, because each cylinder has its own coil and it's fired electronically, and then your plug wire is the same length from there to there. And then I also went with the NGK V-Power plug. Also got these off of Amazon, a set of 8 of them. I think all in, this whole thing is probably somewhere around 75 bucks, and so plugs and wires, and these are the performance plugs, so they should be just fine. And so really that's about that. I'm going to give a quick explanation too of spark plugs, kind of what they do, and for people that are a little bit more advanced with this stuff, this information is going to be no big whoop, it doesn't matter. But if you're a first timer trying to do some of this stuff on your own, let me come around, I'll show you. I'm going to be careful because I do not want to drop the spark plug. So anyway, down here at the bottom, this little bumpy in here, that's the electrode, and it ties into this here, the connector, and then you have the insulator, that's the ceramic looking part here, and this part where it's threaded, that's what that screws into the head, and it ties in with your ground right there. So what happens is, when the engine tells your coil to send the spark or the charge to the spark plug, the cable, the wire plugs on. Anyway, the wire plugs on here, it goes in like so. I'm not going to shove it all the way in there, but it clips on there, it holds it in place, and the charge comes from the coil that's in this end, down through the wire, and into the spark plug. And that little itty bitty gap that's right in there, that's where the spark jumps across. And so I'm going to very gently, before we put these in, I'm going to make sure that the gap is set correctly. But it should be, according to these plugs and according to the plug manufacturer, set at 40 thousandths. And so I'm going to verify that before I put them in. And then, as I always do, I'm going to put a little dab of anti-seize compound on the threads, just a little dab, it goes a long ways. And then I'm going to hit the inside of the boots with a little bit of dielectric grease. And so that helps seal and lubricate, so that when you have to pull the plug wires back off later on down the road, they come off easy. Now, the caution that I'll give, when you're putting the plugs in, be careful with the socket so you don't exert a side load on the insulator, because it will crack the insulator, and if that insulator is cracked, it's no good. So you'll need to get a new spark plug. And so that's one of the things you want to be careful with. So make sure that any of the load that you put is straight on and straight around, rather than trying to get an angle or something like that. If your spark plug wrench or your socket or whatever is not easy to get into that space. So make sure you're mindful of that when you do it. But other than that, that's a real quick down and dirty, easy stuff. A little bit of information. If you want more information on spark plugs, I could do another video on that. So in the comments below, let me know if you want to hear it. And I'll actually break them down and see if I can do it on a dry erase board. So we'll give it a whirl. Back at it. Let me put this plug back in the box so I don't drop it, and I don't want to break it. So there we have it. That's what we've got. I've got the grease for the boots and the anti-seize compound for the threads. I've got to grab a Q-tip for each of those, but other than that, we're ready to rock. Okay, I've got all the plugs pre-gapped, or all the gaps checked. They were all good, and put together my my ratchet, and it's the smaller, the 5/8 sized plug socket. And so I'm going to jump back in there and start pulling stuff apart. I'll show you the first one or two, but I'm not going to get real crazy with boring you with all the details of going through all 8 cylinders and pulling those plugs out, because quite honestly, one is the same as the other. So anyway, we'll jump in there and get this thing done. Okay, just to be clear on what we're doing, this is one of the coil packs. There's 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one back there. Hopefully you can see it okay. I do have a light set up, and I do have the kind of the camera angle set up, so hopefully it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is pull the plug wire off the coil, and then we're going to pull the plug wire off the plug. And so they look similar to the ones that we put in, but a little bit different. And so spark plug is down here in this gap right down here. So let me grab the ratchet, pull that thing out of there. We'll see what it looks like. And basically from here, what we're going to do is I'll do this one here, that one, and that one all the way back. Then I'll switch to the other side and do those 4 and get them all installed. And then we'll do a wrap up. But I wanted to show one first. All right, let me get this on here. Okay, got that socket on there. Now I'm not going to worry quite so much about if I break one of these insulators now as I would with the new ones going in. Some of these ones back in the back can be a little bit difficult to get to, and me being a little bit shorter, they might be a little more difficult as well. So, got that one out. Pull that off of there. And looking at it, the gap on this thing is super wide. These are gapped at 60 thousandths, but they're the original AC Delco plug. And so the NGK plug calls for a 40 thousandths gap, and so that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, wow. These things look like they're pretty much wore out. So that explains a lot. All right, let me go ahead and get these done. Get this side put in, show you the new wires and all that pretty stuff, and then we'll wrap up the project. So really pretty simple, but just takes a little bit of time is all. Okay, so there we are. There's the nice bright red brand new plug wires, supposedly high performance. Let me grab the light and let's move to this side real quick. I do want to comment, you know, those of you that have done this stuff before understand, but if you're not familiar with doing some of this work, back in the back there, those let's see if I can get down close enough to it. Anyway, not really, but anyway, those plug wires in the back, the plugs and wires, are not super accessible. And so for me, being a little bit vertically challenged, as we say, those can be kind of difficult to get to. So be prepared for that. Understand that it's probably going to be a little bit of frustration on some of this stuff once you get in there to get that done. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that job is done. A little bit dirty and sweaty, but it is what it is. Anyway, all that job really is time consuming. You're gonna wind up with a few little bumps and bruises, getting your arms and hands and everything down in where they got to get to. In hindsight, I should have jacked the front of the truck up, pulled the wheels off, pulled the inner fender liners out, and gone from there, because it's I think a little bit more accessible in there, but I didn't feel like getting that deep into it, and so I accepted the struggle that I knew was ahead of me. So anyway, with that said, that one's pretty easy. Again, early on I mentioned talking about spark plugs and things like that. If you want to see videos on stuff, on kind of how it works and what the components are, just out of curiosity or whatever, put a comment down below. Tell me what you want to see. Spark plugs I can talk about. I can, you know, really a lot of mechanical things, kind of how they work and everything else. And you might bring up stuff that I know nothing about, so I'll have to learn about it myself and then explain what I learned. So anyway, that's it for that. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. If you like what you've seen so far, please consider subscribing. And as always, if you hit that like button, all of those things help my channel grow and get seen more. And so it's all in fun. That's the most important thing to remember about this channel, is that it's all about just doing what I'm doing and enjoying it and sharing it with everyone else. So anyway, again, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me here on Yellow Jacket Garage. And as always, we'll see you on down the road.